I'm Chris Jeanette, and this is Marriage 101. I was at a wedding, and after the ceremony, I heard a guy say, "Don't forget to sign the paper, or you won't be married." Interesting. The couple has said their vows. The pastor has pronounced them husband and wife. The ceremony is over. And now someone is saying if you don't sign the paper, you're not married. Question: if they forget to sign the paper and they go on their honeymoon, does that mean they're committing fornication? Something to think about. What about this scenario? Remember the movie Castaway, where Tom Hanks as Chuck Noland gets stranded on a deserted island? Of course, imagine if Tom was with his fiancée when the plane crashed and they both survived and ended up on the island together. They are alone, no government, no one to officiate, no witness, no paperwork. Could they get married? Okay, here's one more scenario. There's a government in place, but they don't allow you to marry due to perhaps your faith in God or your political beliefs. Many places where that could happen. Could you get married in a place like that? Which kind of begs the question, what role does the government play in marriage? And of course, what actually is marriage? We are interested in knowing the timeless truth of marriage that is true in any culture at any time. Whether we're talking about the Garden of Eden, way back when, today, in the future, in Africa, Romania, wherever, we want to know what the timeless biblical truth is. Let's start by defining biblical marriage. Marriage is when a single biological male and a single biological female say marriage vows to each other before God. Biblically, this is called a blood covenant that a man and a woman make to each other and to God. That is marriage. Marriage is the creation of God, and in creating marriage, God defined marriage. Therefore, marriage is the domain of God, and it is a gift to us. It is good. It is simple. So simple, even little children can understand it. And it is beautiful. Because it is a gift from God, it is an inalienable right. You have from God certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, love from God. Gifts from God, including marriage, are given to mankind. These gifts do not come from government. Marriage is like other things that God has created. We'll take this grapefruit as an example. God created this grapefruit, and when He created it, He defined it. This is a grapefruit. Okay, so here it is. We will call this guy here. Let's see if I can focus on that. There it goes. We'll call him Adam. And this would be Eve. Okay, one biological male, one biological female, say their vows, and boom, they're married. That's it. That's marriage. Very simple. Can this be marriage? Two males? See if that can focus. Can that be marriage? Two guys? No, doesn't conform to the definition. What about Eve and Eve? Can Can they be married? No, it doesn't conform to the definition. If it doesn't conform to the definition, one XY male and one XX female who say their vows before God, it is not marriage. Call it whatever you want, but it is not marriage. Because it is the domain of God, it does not belong to government. The government cannot define marriage. It is not the government's place to define marriage. They have no authority, and they have no authority to say who is married and who is not married, or to say who can get married and who cannot get married. Now, if government wants to keep track of who is married, that is something they can do. But if you give a mouse a cookie, now they think they can define it and control it, and they can't. It's a farce. So that brings us back to our scenarios. The church scenario. When is the couple married? When they say their vows. Very simple. Signing a paper like we do in America only notifies the government that you are married. Can our castaway couple on the deserted island get married? Yes, of course they can, just like Adam and Eve in the garden. And if you're in a situation where the government won't allow you to marry for whatever reason, I feel for you. But remember, under God, they have no right to do so. Alrighty, that's Marriage 101. Feel free to talk it up in the comments. And if you have a story about maybe where you know someone or yourself where your marriage was denied or had issues, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear. Thanks, guys. Take care. Stay frosty.